Hi everyone. So till now, what we have covered in the Terraform, we have covered all these module callings, function, lifecycle, create before, destroy, for each condition, conditional resource, advanced Terraform topics, Terraform workspace, state file, variables in Terraform, error handling, Terraform modules, state, and variables priorities, like which kind of file will be like precedence, the precedence of passing the variables, correct? So we have seen five way of passing environment variables value to your Terraform configuration, correct? So we have till now we have seen all these contents in the Terraform, and in today's video we will be talking about the best practices of the Terraform. So we are not getting into any technical content here, but we will just see the best practices of the Terraform, which you can consider while implementing your Terraform tool, correct? When you are writing your Terraform code, or you are provisioning your infrastructure for any of the environment for your project, correct? So you can consider your best practices during that time. So, in talking about the in terms of best practices, and if you want to watch out any other contents related to Terraform, so obviously you can watch out on the channel. And what we have covered, so till now we have covered all these things: file creation on laptop, like you can create a file on your system, then five way of passing variable value, Terraform data and output block, Terraform state file, conditional resource creation, how to create VPC, how to create EC2, dynamic block. What will happen? This is the important question. What will happen if you delete the state file in Terraform? Then RDS creation, S3 event notification through Lambda using Terraform, functions in Terraform module, Terraform interview questions, and the Terraform provisioner, Terraform workspace, Terraform import. All these we have covered, correct? So, talking about the best practices in the Terraform, there are a few pointers, so which we would like to highlight. So one of the pointer is you can use the version control. I have not made any much PPT on this because it will be a short video. We will be talking about few topics only. Sorry, few pointers only. So you can use the version control like GitLab, GitHub. So anything, correct? You can create the tag for any configuration changes. When you do the next time, you can retag it with the newer version, so that you will have the track of every changes, correct? So on which date or like on which version, what kind of changes you have made. Implement proper naming conventions, like you can use the camel case, or you can use the, like, if you are creating your server name, correct? So you can keep it as a prod server, this kind of name you can give, or you can make it as a camel case prod, and then the second letter starts with capital, correct? Prod server. So you can have your proper naming convention for all of the resources. Like if you are creating AWS instance, AWS EC2, correct? So you can this, just suppose that this is AWS instance. So you can give the like prod server that column, that if you are creating the RDS, so if, for the RDS you can say that this is the prod RDS, or if it's for the test, so you can say the test RDS. So this, that kind of naming convention you can give, correct? Then talking about the test configuration in a non-production environment, whenever you are implementing something, you write it the Terraform code and do the proper testing of that particular code in non-production, like dev or test kind of environment, and then deploy the production infrastructure with the help of your code. Then secure sensitive information with tools like Vault. Has a Vault is there where you can secure your API key or sensitive information like credentials kind of thing, correct? Talking about few more best practices, let's get into the chat GPT. We will see from there as only. I'm not making any slides because it's just a theoretical kind of thing, and you can implement, you can make it as a best practice while writing your Terraform code, correct? So the code organization, as we talked about the GitLab and the GitHub, you can have the your modules folder. Within that, you can write your different modules, correct? If you have to create VPC, VC2, RDS, even you can have the different modules for the security group, which can be implemented either for the RDS or for the EC2. Then you can have make one more module for AKS, one more module for IAM role and policy. So you can have different one directory for the modules, and then you can have the different modules within that particular directory. And then from one file, you can call all these modules. You can either use the Terraform target command, or you can call all these modules at one time. So based on your requirement, either you can do the target, or you can call it at one time, correct? You can implement CI/CD as well to call all these Terraform codes. So you can implement Jenkins. From there, you can call this Terraform configuration code. Then separate environment, use your workspace like as we have talked in the earlier video about the Terraform workspace. You can implement that, or you can create your different paths for the different environments in the S3, correct? And with the help of that, you can manage. If you don't understand, you can comment it in the video, and I will explain you that as well. Other than the Terraform workspace, this one I have covered in the video, workspace. State management, you can use the remote state storage. That's the your backend as S3 that we have also covered in our videos. So there you can mention your bucket name, key, region, and if you want to use the locking system as well, you can implement this DynamoDB table. Then variables and secret management. Variables, you can create Terraform.tfs file, and from there you can pass the configuration to your different configurations, Terraform configuration. Version control you can use. And then for the code reviews and CI/CD, like you can write down your Jenkins file. From there, you can fetch out, check out on the GitHub or GitLab repo where you have stored the Terraform code. And from there, you can run your Terraform configuration code, and you can integrate with it with any of the cloud. There it will provision your complete infrastructure. Correct. Before running your Terraform apply, you can do the Terraform validate, you can do the Terraform format so that it will check and it will format your Terraform code accordingly. Correct. It will not prompt into any error. Maintain idempotency, that's avoid manual changes. That means whatever the changes you want to make on your infrastructure side, try to do with the Terraform only rather than doing any kind of manual changes. And always run Terraform plan before the apply, correct? So that you can check what kind of changes are going to happen at your infrastructure side, correct? That will avoid any accidental deletion of your infrastructure. Then resource naming conventions, as we talked, if it's a AWS instance, make it as a web server or the prod server. You can use the underscore or the camel case. So based on the requirement, just try to follow the same naming convention for every resources, correct? So that it will be easy to understand for anyone within your team or for you as well. If you come back after certain time of certain interval of time, correct? Then for the security based practice, limit the permissions. So what kind of permissions you are giving to the Terraform IAM rules, that you can, like you can do the create permission, but you don't give the delete kind of permission. Or if it requires, give the limited delete kind of permission so that it does not delete everything. If someone does it accidentally, then also it prevents. For the RDS, you can implement delete protection enable. For the load balancer, you can enable delete protection, correct? So make your Terraform code in that way so that it will does not go for the any accidental deletion. Then also use outputs and data sources whenever required. You try to print the value at the end with the help of output block. And yes, you can use the DynamoDB table for the log file management. Then performance optimization, you can use the resource dependency, like the depends on, we have talked about this as well, depends on module. If you see here in the our directory, so we have used this conditional resource creation, count, follow, depends on, and lifecycle. So you can check out for that as well. Then do the documentation of the whatever you are writing, whatever you are creating, correct. Clean up on his resources, monitor and audit changes, and yeah, stay updated with the Terraform versions as well. Like you have been worked with 4.12 and then 5.12 version is there. So try to update your Terraform code as well accordingly, correct. So yeah, these are the kind of best practices which you should consider while writing your Terraform code to provision your infrastructure. So now this is the end of the Terraform, and one more topic I think is left that I'll be covering. That will be your Terraform provisional, that I think I have left it. So that I'll be covering Terraform provisional, and the rest we have covered. If you want to get any content on the Terraform, you can comment in the video and I will be uploading that as well. So we will come up with another topic with the help of the Kubernetes one in the upcoming videos. Thank you. Bye bye.